Man, that was something else, right?
I can't believe it. I can't believe they did that to Sam.
I know.
Just can't believe it.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
I'm Kathy.
I'm Tom.
And we're the Marvelous Donohues.
Marvel heads. A little dramatic pause. Welcome.
I know, I thought you weren't going to do it at first. I was like, okay.
I know. I think this is a pretty good opening, so I'm going to maybe stay with it for a while.
Okay, I can deal with that. I also see that you are keeping your word and staying with that t-shirt.
Cafe. For number 2. So we're on episode 2 tonight of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, we are. And let me tell you, people, if you don't already know, we're here to review the Disney Plus channel television series.
That's right.
We say it all the time if you've been watching us, but we have to let those people that are just joining us know. We have already reviewed Loki, so go back and watch that.
That's right. Not now. But watch us first.
Yes. So now we're going on to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like I told you before, we're going to be doing WandaVision. We're going to be doing The Mandalorian.
That's right.
And
What if?
Yeah, what if?
What if Wednesdays?
What if Wednesdays? Thanks for reminding me, Tom.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, so every Wednesday, we're going to be reviewing the latest episode of What If, or the episode from the week before.
That's right.
We decided to do it that way because we don't want to spoil it for people
That's right.
that haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I know sometimes I've been watching online and you get it like a few minutes after they're already putting the reviews up there. And if you haven't seen it, it's kind of, a buzzkill.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we're going to put our reviews out every Wednesday. So it'll be the entire week after its preview. So you have no excuse if we are giving you spoilers.
That's right. So we don't want to be like a teacher, but this is your homework. You've got 1 week to watch it, and then it's all hands on deck.
We're
just gonna blow it open for you.
Yeah. And we're looking forward to doing What If.
We are.
And go back and watch our What If, the last one, that was featuring T'Challa as Cha-Cha, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm not going to tell you any more than that. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it.
We won't do it.
That was a little taste.
A little tidbit, okay.
I want to dive into this. What's going on with Sam?
Oh my gosh. Listen, people.
We didn't tell you the ending of episode 1 because maybe we didn't know if you'd watched it or not.
Right.
So.
We didn't want to spoil it for you,
That's
but
right.
now, guess what? They have assigned a new Captain America.
And I said, what?
No, that's his favorite, people. What?
That was what I couldn't, I couldn't believe they did that to Sam. I was like, what?
Well, I was kind of upset.
I was very upset.
I was like, his sister ran out of the other room, was like, Sam, you need to see this. And I'm like, yeah, if it was my brother's name is James, by the way, I'll be like, James, you need to see this, because they didn't diss you. I guess I felt some kind of way about it because they were like, we retired his shield, had this whole ceremony.
Yeah.
We put it in the Smithsonian.
I thought it was going to be, I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be in mothballs, meaning I thought it was going to be, like she said, retired.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, people, a lot of times people, they're crying for a king, they're crying for a hero. So the forces that be, whoever that is, said, okay.
John Walker. And as John talked about it, and they showed these little flashbacks, he is an Army vet, a war hero, and 0% body fat.
He's got probably a 9-pack, okay, or 12-pack or something.
And the thing of of it is that kind of was like they had him waiting in the wings. If you listen to it, he had met with all these people, was doing all this training behind Sam and everybody else's back, right?
Yeah. But you know what? As we said in the first episode, if you watched it, this is a journey. This is a journey of men's spirits.
Yeah.
You know, first we had Sam, then we had Bucky. Now we got John Walker. He had misgivings. You know?
Right.
He's like, oh, I've got to be something to somebody. They're expecting me to be great. And, you know, he had misgivings. Am I really worthy?
Yeah. He had the same misgivings as Sam did.
Yeah. And then, do I have to do this job? And, you know, his buddy Hoskins, if you watch the episode, he said, dude, the parades and the kissing babies and the doing all this stuff, that's the job. And you know what I thought about? I thought about privilege and responsibility.
Yes.
When you have a privilege like Captain America, you also have, do you like that little word? You also have a responsibility.
Right. And he wasn't into all that.
No, he wasn't.
He was not. Listen, I'm looking at my nose, people, okay? Because, you know, got my nose, got my notey nose. But his friend, Hoskins, he said to him, which I said, Hoskins is grounded. And no, seriously. And he seems to be keeping John Walker grounded.
Oh, I thought you meant he had to go to his room.
Oh, no.
You didn't mean that. Sorry.
What? Why would I even say that?
Go to your room, Hoskins.
Why would I even
for
say
telling
that?
him the truth?
Yeah. Well, he did tell him the truth. He said, the suit comes with expectations, because I wrote this down. You can't just punch your way out of a problem. I was like, punch your way out of a problem? Okay. That don't sound right.
That doesn't sound right at all.
It doesn't. And you know, I'm putting my social work hat on. I was like, he's got anger issues.
That's right.
Captain America should not have, I don't know, I'm getting real close, people, anger issues.
That's right.
You know, that is a red flag.
And you know what I thought about too? I thought about the difference between John Walker and Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers spent his whole life as an Avenger, when he was an Avenger,
right,
proving himself. But here's John Walker, just fresh off the scene. Nobody's really seen him. He hasn't proved himself as Captain America.
Well,
but he gets that automatic kind of hero worship. Maybe.
Well, but I would say that he's kind of proven himself already, because he was a war hero.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
You know, I would say,
as an
as an Avenger, yes. No, what I mean, as an Avenger, he has not proven himself. But on paper, he seems like the guy to go with.
And I would say that too.
Yeah, on paper, he seems like everything's okay. But as this episode unfolds,
exactly.
You know, you see more of
his
and his true nature. You know,
that's that's an excellent way to say it. Is that you see his true nature
exactly
in that, and you know, throughout this whole thing. It was very intense. I thought it was an interesting people study about these men. But you know, they had some funny stuff in there too.
Oh,
you know,
definitely.
they had the eye staring. You know,
I like that.
Bucky said, "Stop that eye staring." You know, they kept talking about, "Oh, you broke that red wing."
Oh yeah.
You know, it was broken by the flag smashers and stuff. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But then Bucky's like, "Oh yeah, I had a nickname, White Wolf." Like. White Wolf.
And he was like, wait a minute. The Wakandans gave you a nickname? And Sam was like, okay. And I think that, when Bucky was talking about in episode 1 that he felt at peace at Wakanda and they were a part of his transformation, I think, just like in different kinds of ceremonies, African ceremonies, Native American ceremonies, when you have grown and you've changed, they give you a new name because you're like taking off that old self.
It's a rite of passage.
Right. So I think that rite of passage was White Wolf. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that unfold, because Bucky has changed, know.
Yeah. But speaking of unfolding, there was the Walker's trying to, work with these guys.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Sam and Bucky are like really having none of it.
Right.
And, even Bucky at one point is like, oh, dude, let's just take the shield ourselves and do it ourselves.
Right.
Take the shield and do it ourselves.
And Sam goes, no.
Because you know what? Sam is a man of really high integrity and morals and character.
Right.
And it's kind of like, I won't talk about what if, but you're just looking at a person with a character that actually makes people around them better.
Right. And I think Sam has that quality.
Yeah.
I know that in this episode, he and Bucky are really at odds at each other, and it shows.
Yeah.
But when they are sitting together, Bucky's got himself in a little bit of trouble. They're sitting together with the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
They're facing each other, and Bucky tells the truth. He said, listen, you gave up what Cap gave to you. Steve gave that to you for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
And if he wasn't right about you, he wasn't right in believing that I can change.
Exactly.
So a lot of that animosity and a lot of that tension came from, what does this mean for me? Since you have, Steve put so much trust.
Must be wrong about me,
exactly.
too.
I think those were his exact words. But what about those Flagstaffer Tom?
The flag smashers, smashers, flag smashers. So, they're bent on, redoing the blip, basically. These folks came back from the blip after 5 years, moving back into their condos or moving back into their bank accounts or whatever they were doing. And, this group is, as we find out, is a group of super soldiers, because Bucky even says, hey, these people are super soldiers.
Yes, yeah, because when they first had their first encounter with them,
right, on the
Bucky,
train.
Bucky was like, no, it wasn't a train. It was some trucks. It was on the truck. Remember? That was And they Sam told Bucky, that little girl handed your butt to you, man.
Right.
And their looks are very deceiving. Yeah. And I wrote down that are they who we think they are?
Is who?
The flag smashers.
Are they really philanthropic?
Right.
They really want to be peaceful and try to be
Right. I think that it came out. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. It came out that there's a network of people helping them.
Yeah.
Their motto is one world, one people.
Yeah.
And it's a strong motto, so much so that people in their group are willing to die for it.
I mean, they're zealots.
Yes,
they're just really motivated. They're a motivated group.
Right.
Yeah.
But as we found out during that, some of that final scene was that there's other people after them. Somebody called the pawnbrokers.
Yeah. And then if we go back a little bit, Bucky and Sam are walking around, and Bucky's like, dude, you know what? There's somebody I think you need to meet.
Yes.
So they go to the inner city of Baltimore in Maryland there somewhere.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, there's an old super soldier named Isaiah.
Yeah. African American guy, people.
Yeah. Whoop whoop. That actually
Wakanda.
That actually took Bucky's arm back in the 50s.
Yes.
In Korea.
He's the one that ripped off Bucky's arm. I guess they was fighting or something. And he left him for dead.
Because he was, remember, Isaiah, the storyline is Isaiah was super soldier. He was sent after Bucky. Because all these other people that they had sent after Bucky disappeared, never came back.
Probably was dead.
Probably. And they sent him after him, got his arm. Bucky got away, obviously.
Yeah.
But not so fortunate for Isaiah, because even though he had tried to serve his country and do what he was supposed to do, he was in prison for unjustly for 30 years.
30 years. And that's the part I didn't understand. Okay. He said he was put in prison for 30 years.
30 years.
And he also mentioned that everybody was doing experiments on him.
Both sides. It was both the good guys, we call them the good guys, and the Hydra.
Yeah. And that's the part that was like, okay, they were working with Hydra and why was he in jail? And it's a lot of unanswered questions, and I know that they're going to eventually reveal them to us.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of question marks, a lot of, and I won't even say what if. There's just a lot of unanswered questions for now.
Yeah.
I realize that this is just episode 2, so there's a lot of revealing that's going to go on, a lot of digging that's going to go on.
There's a lot of thought provoking because Isaiah says to Bucky, he says, "Hey, do you think you can wake up and decide what you want to be?" And then Bucky's like, and Isaiah's like, "Well, maybe for folks like you."
Right. Right.
And Isaiah being an African American man and Bucky being a Caucasian man, there's not a lot of implications there.
Right. Well, and I think, I applaud Disney for going there.
Yeah,
because it seemed like they really gonna go there, because as soon as they left that house, the police were there.
Oh yeah,
and they were
racial profiling.
Yeah, right there, right in the house, But they end up taking Bucky instead of Sam, because one of them recognized him. But I mean, the police start circling. So that's one of those themes that we feel like that's going to be a part of this
series.
And
tough stuff.
Get ready, people. It may get real deep. We thought it was going to be deep, but it may get deeper than people want to talk about.
And as you know, Kathy and me by now, that we can get real.
Yeah, well, we can, but we haven't did that on this station. But this is going to be something that we're going to talk about, because as you can see, we are 2 different races, and we've been married for 23 years.
Woohoo!
So, guys, we've seen it all.
Yeah.
We won't get into that right now, but we will cover it on the basis of this series, because they're going to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it too. And what we're hoping is that you're going to talk about it with us. Comment
dialogue with us.
Yeah,
what did you think of the episode? And I think the ending, or near the end of the episode, Captain America again, or John Walker. I'm not even going to call him Captain America. I'll call him John Walker. Is really testing these guys.
Yeah.
Listen, trying to one last kind of a ditch effort, like, hey, you want to work with me? We want to team up and all that. And they're like, forget it. And he's like, well, you know what? If you don't want to be with me, don't want to team up with me, get out of my way, stand out of my way.
Yeah.
He kind of threw the gauntlet. I hate to say, he threw the shield down. He threw the gauntlet down and said, look, you're either with me
or against
me.
And that's something I never thought that the Captain America would say. Yeah, because he was with everyone and everybody was with him.
To a flaw. If you remember, I mean, look at his movies with Bucky. He was fighting with them and testing the loyalty, and Civil War and all that.
Yeah, and we're gonna end it with that, because we can go on forever talking about this. But you guys, please come along with us on this ride of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because it's not going to be what we thought it was going to be.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't think so. So we're going to next week we'll do episode 3.
Yes, episode 3.
And we'll, of course, don't forget What If Wednesdays.
What If Wednesdays.
So tune into that.
Yes. Oh, and I also want to do a shout out to all of our subscribers. Thank you for supporting us. Please like and subscribe and comment.
And also our special ESL students, folks that are learning English through our channel.
Right. Keep listening, and our ESL students, please comment. And if you would like for us to, maybe sometimes we'll put up maybe a little word or two to help you out. But definitely a part of this station is reaching out across the Marvel universe to the other side of the continents.
That's right.
But we're going to leave you with this for now. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you next week.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.